two. Perfect. All right, we're actually live streaming now, so let me just make sure that I have that right there. Perfect. Okay, don't worry. It's all informal stuff. Okie dokie. All right. So, have a nice comfortable seat. So we have a nice tight frame here. So it looks pretty good there. It's very good. Yeah. So, welcome to our studio. So I think you all know me. I'm Professor Ken, and I've been with the UIC family now for, well, almost 4 years. Goes fast, 4 years. So why don't you first, here's what we'll do. We'll make it an informal conversation. Let's introduce yourselves, what you do, and what you want to talk about, and I'll ask some questions. How about that? Go ahead, you start.
My name is Carmelo Payo. Now I study my last semester in administration.
Hold that mic there.
This is my last semester. I'm from Venezuela. I have been living in Miami since 19 in the last 5 years.
Mm.
Now I live with my wife.
It's better than living, like you and the wife living separately, right?
No, I live with my wife, and my wife now have 8 months.
Oh, wow, yay! All right, congratulations.
8 months and 2 weeks.
Oh, very
There'd
nice.
be a little Carmelo or Carmela.
Oh, Carmelo. All right, good.
Okay, so well, my name is Mariela Herrera. I'm a student at UIC, and also it's my last day.
Your last day?
Semester.
Wow, nice.
So
Oh, very nice. Very cool.
we're doing the business expo today.
Yes.
Presenting all the work that we've been doing
Yes.
through all the career, the program.
Yes.
And well, I'm really excited like to start doing my business now with the OPT program, like trying to develop a little bit more what I started doing here in classes with the professors,
Yes.
guidance, and so
Very nice.
it's
Well,
very
welcome.
nice.
And Professor Rose, go ahead, introduce yourself. We all know who you are. So
Yes, I'm Professor Jack Rose, and I've been with United International College over 6 years now, and time does fly
it
by.
does, right?
And I've had the greatest group of students that are very creative. They want to learn. All international students are very respectful, and they're like sponges. You can't give them enough information. I enjoy coming to school every day, onto campus and working with them, and I know they will all be successful.
Yes. So, Jack, why don't we, Professor Rose, I should say. I know you as Jack, so a little informal there. But why don't you've been doing this for a number of years, and you've been working with students and, showing them different things and educating them and giving them some guidance. And mostly in business, right? Business and entrepreneurship, marketing, things like that. So in today's environment, why do you need to learn that? I mean, can't I just go on, on YouTube and just learn it from YouTube?
Well, the most important thing, sitting on a lot of business and industry panels and advisory boards, is that many employers complain about a lot of young people today. And they look for students or applicants that have critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, analytical skills, decision-making skills, and of course, great oral and written communication skills. All those areas and skills are added into every single one of our classes. So it's getting them to have confidence, to believe in themselves. I challenge each one, we all have dreams,
Right.
and I say, your dream is here. You need to take different steps to get there. And then jokingly, I always say to them, there's not one person sitting here that cannot become a CEO of your own company or someone else's company, a Fortune 500 company, if that's what you want to do.
Yes.
It may take different years or months or weeks to get there, but if that's what you want to do, you need to climb up the ladder to, I always say, climb up to a high altitude.
Right.
Which was a saying my high school marketing teacher who I also have for economics, he shared with us the first day of school that with a positive attitude, you could increase your aptitude to reach a high altitude. So, and I always refer to Jim Collins' book, Good to Great. Uh, and, you know, as good as the company might be, they could become great. And once they become great, then they need to become greater. So no matter who it is, whether it's a company or an individual, you can always climb to the next step.
Very true. And I tell you, and one thing that's important there is, so we all know Amazon, right? We know what that company is. So it's the largest company on planet Earth today.
Jeff Bezos started with $500 credit card.
Right. And it took him, and my point is what you said, it took him about 25 years to get to that point. Okay. So sitting here now today, if I was to tell you 25 years from now, right, your child's coming on the way, 25 years from now, you'll be the largest company on planet Earth, would you say, okay, I'm in, right? Wouldn't you do that? So that's the importance. And one thing I'll add, and then I like to hear about the businesses that you guys are working on. So I was an adult student. I actually started my first business when I was just turning 18 years old. I didn't go into college. You know, I didn't start college till I was like 27. Okay, but Professor Rose, to your point, what I knew a lot and I was successful and I did different things in business. But what I didn't have is that foundation that you're speaking of. Let's call it. I'm going to sum it up and just call it book knowledge. Okay, I had a lot of street knowledge. I had a lot of good knowledge, but I didn't have the theory. I didn't have the book knowledge. And then when I started to read and learn and do all these things, I said, oh, that's what you call this. I've been doing this for a few years, and now you start to understand that. So it is a very valuable experience. And in today's environment, and I profess also in marketing, you see that in students. So it's going to be very valuable to you as you build your business. So tell us, why don't you tell us about your business? Give us your, what do we call that? Your 30-second pitch or your 60-second pitch. Do you have that ready to go? The elevator pitch?
In my case, is about the distributor to product from a Spanish restaurant or Latin American place, and we produce the croquette, and at the same time we sell the a lot of product from Spain, like cheese and ham and different stuff from Spain. And now we can sell for the large supermarket. We can sell for the small place or gourmet store.
Right. That's great. And you have your product here at
Yes.
very nice.
And they are delicious.
Yes.
I have to say.
Yes.
So yes, I'm my partner Carmelo at some point, but what we do in Mix, that's my company, is that we organize all events from weddings, birthdays to a corporate, and also we have provide service of staff for promotions and bartending, catering. So the basic products that we offer is bartending, catering, and music entertainment. So,
very nice.
So it's for a nice event, you need to have all these three elements and
Right.
bring together, and all the organization to do that. We have a consulting agent that will get all the needs for your event, and then try to develop a product according to a budget.
Oh, very cool. Now, this is both of these are new business ventures, or have you been, you've been out there already for X amount of months or years, or is it all like new?
In my case, we started to produce a croquette 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yes, but this was in a small quantity. Then we associate with a big company, the name Majestic Food, and then now this is an outsourcing relationship. We can sell for large distributors like restaurant and
Because you have the the production now. Yeah.
yes, we changed very fast in the last 2 years.
Very cool. And the website is what? What's the website?
The website is delicatessenfood.com.
Okay. Very, and do you sell direct to the consumer right now or just wholesale? Just to the supermarkets?
We eat only for supermarket and restaurant.
Okay, perfect.
Business to business.
B2B,
Business,
right?
yes, B2B.
B2B, perfect. All right, and tell us about the Miami mix.
Miami mix.
Yeah, Miami Mix, it's something that can start like by one person
Yeah.
doing a bartender or a DJ and also catering or promotions. I've been that person for a long time, and I've been like a drink enthusiast and music enthusiast.
So are you a bartender? Are you a
I'm
trained bartender?
I
Okay.
studied bartending, and I've been doing private events and maybe sometimes going to the music festivals that they have a lot of work as a bartender, that you have to do many drinks at a time.
Very
And I know about that pressure. So I've been in both sides of the big event to the small event. And then with the music also, also every time that I have a free, like some extra time, I would be doing something different. Like, and yeah, I've been doing DJ, playing music,
Very
because
cool.
I used to collect a lot of discs at the time.
Yeah,
And
records.
record from the radio and do all my own mixes. So
Yeah.
it's something that is one of my passions that I never developed a lot,
Yeah.
but it's but for this kind of events that you don't need to be a super professional to run I'm
Yes.
not like a famous DJ, but I can do some mixes, the good playlist that people can appreciate, and
Yeah.
thank God, like
Yeah,
they really
very
like my music, and also I'm connected with a lot of musicians, so that's why I want to be that connector and bring everybody together to have a nice organization for them.
Well, that's good. That's three. Go ahead, Jack. Sorry.
And following up on what Mariella said, and we touch upon this actually in a lot of courses, we hard hit it,
Right.
and that is building teams. In Mariella's case, she has experienced every function within her business. So she knows what the job entails. Human resources, they have to come up with an employee handbook. There's a difference between a boss and a leader.
Right.
And I'm really proud of what they've learned, and having them in their first year and seeing them grow and develop
Sure.
is the reward.
And that is the rewarding experiences. I tell you, so I've been at a professor level I'm going into my 15th year, and I actually I'm working on 2 projects with students that were part of my class for several years ago, and I worked with students all these years, because it's not only is rewarding, but now we'll become peers, right? And we have that relationship. And it was my marketing professor that something stuck with me. His name was Dave Arnott, Dr. Dave Arnott, and he wrote several books. And I remember him being very specific in detail. And I remember him writing on the board and talking about the importance of commerce, and that Adam Smith, which is the wealth of nations, business exchange, and I had no concept of any of that stuff. And now, of course, I'm in e-commerce and I do all that. It's the most valuable thing that we have, and that's why I try to teach as many people as I can about not only entrepreneurship but owning your own business. And in this country now, neither one of you were born here, or either one of you born here? No. So that's the other beautiful thing about obviously the States being in the U.S., but entrepreneurship is this is one of the only countries that you could literally get off a plane and say you're in business. Now, that's all within parameters, right? You might need some certifications and licenses and stuff like that, but you could be an entrepreneur, a sole proprietor, just getting here. I mean, look at the people who sell things on vendors that sell things on the corners. So that's the beauty of that, and there's no limitation. There's no limitation. So that's why I always use that. If I told you you would be Jeff Bezos in 25 years, sign me up. Now, I don't know if I'll get there those extra 25 years. I'm already at that side of the curve, but I'll try to stick around to get to be the biggest company in the world. So give us a 5-year plan? Like, where do you see your company and yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, maybe we will be to a solid company. We can produce for different brand of supermarket. Now only in Sedano, but maybe Whole Food is uh, Whole Food and Publix is good place
Mm-hmm.
to for us. I think this in the future we can consolidate in the important company because our product is different.
Yes.
Is the different product and we try to produce in high quality and good product.
So, so I'm sure Professor Rose has guided you on this. What do we call that? That little difference? What is that? What is that? That marketing aspect of it? What do we call that? Do you remember what that's called? A little test on camera.
Test on the camera.
Yeah, that's your differentiation, right? That's what separates you, makes you unique, and so we call that the UVP or USP, unique selling proposition, and that's the key thing. You want to be unique. And I remember, well, we were just out there a couple minutes ago at the business fair, and you were giving me two or three key points that makes your product different, and that's going to be important, and that's how you separate yourself from the others.
Yes.
And the other thing that I like to add from day one, we stress being entrepreneurship and taking them to a trade show and so forth. But one of the things that we stress from day one, yes, anyone can start a business. It's a challenge, but the key is growing your business.
Yes.
From day one, you have to think and grow your business where you want to be and so forth.
Yeah.
So that's all trying to reach your dreams.
Yeah, well, I mean, why would you start a business just to, stay in the same
Right.
spot? You want to grow it. So what is your 5-year plan, Mariela?
Well, yes, I think we're gonna start like open more territories. Like now we are based, we're planning like to be based only in Miami-Dade and Broward.
Yeah.
But the idea is to grow to more states and for sure to have some musicians and people that works under contract.
Yes.
And we have a solid base of customers, that big customers that do events every year with us, and but that they can trust us to give us steady service for them.
Very nice. Well, you've got the three most important things to a good party. Here's what obviously the cocktails, right? The liquor and all that stuff. The music. And then there's me, right? I have to be part of the party too. So it's all an important thing. Well,
Cheerleader.
yes, and we have a cheerleader. Well, thank you very much for joining us. This is our studio since we're all here at the school. And I would love to have you on. Professor Paul and I, we do that Forward Motion Business Show, and we talk about career development and entrepreneurship and all that. So we want to get you in here and do a one-on-one interview with you and talk a little bit more about that. That'll be nice.
Yes,
to have you here.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you very much, and welcome to our new studio.
Very nice.
Thank you. All right, perfect. I wonder what happened to our camera though. I didn't see that one. Let's see.
Gotta get up there.
Yes, we gotta put that in the party. All right, you can leave your mic here.
Oops, I forgot.
Remember, it's live. All right, let me see. Okay. Cool. Perfect. That's just. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor.
Oh, this camera shut off. Goodness. All right, thank you. All right. All right. Let me grab my stuff. All right, well, thank you for coming. Thank you. Bye. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So we over here. So we did this. You know what? I'm gonna stop the stream. Shut the door.